What's up, guys and gals? Welcome to the first episode of Legends of Grimrock. I'm really excited about this game. I am. I'm super excited about getting to play this with all of you, and I really think this is probably going to turn into a debacle where I end up dying a lot, and so I'm going to do my best to quick save often because I'm bad at being a party leader, but you know what? I can lead the party, but in terms of, in real life, I'll lead the party, but in fantasy games, terrible idea. I am great at supplying beer. I am terrible at leading adventurers. Let's go ahead and start the game off. I have unspent ability points on who? Oh, dear God. I forgot to allocate points. Somebody probably pointed that out already. Not trying to be punny right there. Somebody probably already pointed that out in our... We'll go with dexterity, whatever. She needs evasion or something, right? Everybody needs evasion. Who doesn't love evasion? Alright, now we'll start the game. Mount Grimrock. A towering spire looms above the clouds, a weathered rock that has stood tall for ages, longer than the histories of men have been written. It is a desolate place now, only remembered when things need to be discarded and forgotten. An airship struggles to gain altitude as it floats towards the peak. Four prisoners bound by heavy chains emerge from the ship. The court accuses them of terrible treasonous deeds, but by the grace of the king, their crimes shall be forgiven atop Mount Grimrock. Their final trial is at hand. Numerous prisoners have received their pardons here, yet none have returned to live their life in freedom. They are at the very top of the world, and below them only darkness and justice awaits. What awaits us there? Oh, just us. As they are plunged down the open maw at the peak, their crimes are absolved. Everyone before them has perished in the guts of the mountain, but will you be able to lead them through the dark into the freedom that awaits at the base of Mount Grimrock? I'm gonna be honest, that first guy at the top looks like he's getting stabbed. I don't think he's gonna be in decent shape when he hits the bottom. I'm gonna do a no bullshit assessment right now. And if you start out your adventure by being stabbed, I think that might be a minor debuff. Which is also sort of punny because we're in the middle of a cave. We won't be doing any digging though. Alright, and so I don't care about a tutorial. I think I'm good here. The game controls with the WASD in case you were wondering. And then you can rotate by using, I think, Q and R. And there's lots... What? I never knew about that. I've played this 2 or 3 times and I have never seen that button right there. Oh, I feel like a noob. So you can click little things on the walls. This game is kind of cool in the way that... Oh, what was the name of that game? There was a game back in the day where it was first person and you walked around and you explored things. I don't remember what it's called. They're doing a remade version of it. It was on the NES. So we found a secret. Oh, there's some lurker boots. What? Evasion +5. A skilled thief can move completely silently when wearing these botas. Yeah, put those on our rogue. That's actually a huge... What is this? Does this do anything for us? It looks sort of unfriendly. It looks a little haunting. He's got tentacles coming out of his face, so either something has come out of the back of his head, or he's actually like a Cthulhu creature. I'm not really... Ooh, what? A shuriken. Nice. And so is that a... That's probably like a thrown weapon, right? But she's got missile and... What does she have? Hold on, we need to go back in here and look. She's got missile weapons for right now. Ninja Star! And so you can throw weapons and hit people by pressing the right click on any of their hands that are occupied. Well, now I feel like I need to search this room for other goodies. I feel like I've been lax in my adventuring capabilities over the last couple playthroughs. Obviously, I haven't finished the game, but I've started it up a whole bunch of times, so... If it's dark, what you can do, and I apologize, I'm probably not going to use torches like this entire playthrough because it's a giant pain in the ass and I don't feel like doing it. But, if you're totally blind during the course of this playthrough, they pick up their items automatically, by the way, which is a fantastic feature. Oops. We'll go like that. Choose your fate. Perish in this cell or pick up the torch. Okay, we've picked up the torch. The door opens and we plunge ahead. We're not really plunging, we're thrusting. Oh, I like that better. That's sexier. I like thrusting forth into the unknown. Oh, that seems like a really great way to get your unmentionables caught in some rather precarious places. Yeah, I'll collect torches for now, but I can't promise. I'm only using torches because I know I have an audience right now, and I know that you probably want to see things, whereas I typically play the game in the pitch black and just don't use torches the entire time. This game may make some people motion sick. That's the other thing that I would bring up is when I used to play these games as a kid, they used to make me super, super motion sick, and so I apologize if you end up getting a little bit just like over the whole thing. Oh, we don't have anybody with maces. Did we take anybody with maces? We took axes. We took daggers, so actually we... Well, damn. What is this? Let's look here. We've got some patchwork pantalones. And we've got a peasant's tunic. So we've got peasant's pants and peasant's breeches. Those actually give pretty good armor. So I think what I'm going to do is equip those. So there, as you can see that our protection has gone up. I don't know if that's a percentage. Once again, I have no idea how that works. I've never really dug into the guts of this game and kind of forced myself to learn what does what. I'm going to have him equip that even though he has no proficiency for it because it's better than attacking with his fists for right now. Continue collecting torches, although I don't think we're going to need more than 4 or 5. And we'll continue forward. I guess you could say that this dungeon is totally stoned. Oh god. There's a rock on the ground. We can use that as a thrown weapon, so I'll throw that into my inventory. Actually, no. This one we have to use for that right there. And so I could use one of the torches. It would actually be the rock. Let's use one of the torches because there's plenty of torches and there's actually a limited amount of rocks throughout the game that you could throw at enemies. Obviously, we're not going to be using them for... What is that? Oh, a shining key. Somebody took the time to polish it. I appreciate that attention to detail. Thank you, groundskeeper of the dungeon, for shining the key. It's also interesting that because other people have run this trial before, do they have like a guy who's a janitor who has to come back down in here and put all of the things back where they go every single time somebody does their trial down here? It's things to think about. Or did the guy use the key, run all the way back after unlocking the door, put it back where he started? Either way, either that or the game is lying. Either the game is lying to us. It's over here. Okay, so that's probably the door that our key goes to. Oh, it's just a swoop-a-loop. Never mind. I'm caught up in a... They've got like the simplest, least confusing thing right here, and I'm already confusing myself with it. Let's go ahead and to use the key, I actually like this a lot. You take the key and you just drag it to the lock and it'll open it. I love little things like that. I don't know why. It's great for immersion. What does that say? Nixel, Holnhi, Hafti, Olney. Loose rock. It's like rock and roll that pays no attention to the actual beat. It's just like, just kind of rock however you please. Got a key. Is there anything else in here? There's a lot of things in this game that it's very easy to miss because they're the same color as the floor. You will miss a lot of stuff in this game, and I promise you, you're going to be screaming at me throughout the course of this entire playthrough like you missed this thing that was laying on the floor, especially since there are people out there who are like experts at this game. I'm impressed at the amount of knowledge people have accrued about this game. It's because it takes them back to the old days, and so they play it. Oh, dear God. So we're trapped by an enormous snail. You there, snail. Stand your ground and fight. Ooh, 13 damage to Senior Snail. Nobody else in the back row, they're not going to be able to do anything for us right now, so just things to think about. Nobody in the back row is going to be able to assist with combat until we get reach weapons like spears. Wow, we are getting gnawed on. I mean, we're doing our best to pimp slap this thing. I mean, he's got a rock on a stick that's been tied off with like fishing line or something. And then, ooh, we got a chunk of snail. We do have to pay attention to people's hunger. This little bar right here is how hungry the person in your party is. I don't remember. Oh, yeah, you don't regenerate once it gets a little bit lower. Oh, a dagger. We found ourselves a pair of botas, some leather boots, +4 to protection. Hell yeah. Some leather pants. So we're doing this thing rockstar style, like 80s rockstar style. And then we've got a knife. And so she's actually got a weapon that she can use now. I'll probably take the peasant's breeches and hand them off to her so that she can have a little bit of protection. Although the leather armor is going to be about the best that she can wear throughout the course of the entire game. I don't see any loose rocks on the walls anywhere. I'm going to be doing that a lot where I peek walls like this back and forth. I'm sorry if that makes you super motion ill because you're not controlling the game, but unfortunately, not much I can do about it. I have to check the walls for secrets, otherwise we're going to miss out on a lot of really good stuff through the course of our playthrough. Is the shuriken... So what's the best throwing weapon right here? Let's have a look. So that one has attack power. Oh, the shuriken is really good. The shuriken is like on point. So I'll probably stick with the shuriken for now. We'll have our rogue carry the torch for a little bit since she doesn't have anything in her offhand anyways. Can I click that? No. It looked like it was sticking out in sort of a button-like manner. So maybe she's dual-wielding throwing weapons now. That's fine. Whatever. I mean, I'm never a person to try and taunt an angry lady with pointed items. We'll throw the Ninja Star at him. We'll allow this combat to be underway. Strike forth with your daggers. The dagger is going to be able to attack very, very rapidly. I don't think we can press number keys to attack or anything, which is really disappointing. I wish that there was a way to do my attacks a little bit more efficiently. We'll pick up that chunk O snail, and what I'm going to do throughout the course of the game is I'm just going to distribute food evenly as we pick it up, so that later on I don't have to sit around all chain. Can I pull your chain? Gotcha. Gotcha. For those of you that don't know them, I don't know if that's a thing that people say in other countries, but pulling someone's chain means you're messing with them. Means you're joking around with them. I don't know if they use that saying everywhere. As the world has become increasingly more globalized, I feel like I need to explain these little tropes less and less, but I still, I don't know, feel the deep, pervading need to do so sometimes. I don't see... Okay, so we've got some sandals over here. We got like some Birkenstocks or something going on. That's cool, whatever. I'll have the rope. Oh, that's right. She's already using shoes. Okay. Alright, we'll put those on the mage then. Why not? Oh, we've got maggot on a stick. What an appetizing looking meal. Nothing says yum yum dinner like a giant worm on a stick. Have to get our Les Strout a loincloth. Yep. -1 to willpower, +1 to attack power. Sure, we'll put it on her, I guess. Make her hit a little bit harder. Thought I saw... Nope, I did not see. What I thought I saw, I did not see. I see, said the blind man as he picked up the hammer and saw. Gotcha. Let's go back over here. Is there anything in this corner? That thing looks like a sponge. Pit root bread, apparently edible sponge. Did I just give... Why did I give the rock to him? Hold on. Let's put that over here. There we go. Before she gives you the people's elbow. Alright, so we've got that right... Oh, no. We've been snailed. How unfortunate for us. Keep... Ooh, a 52 crit. He's an animal. He's a destroyer. He's a killer. It's the Mohawk. He's channeling his ability to murder fools. Now, the big letdown that we have at the moment, I should probably give the rocks to the mage just so he has something to attack with, so that he's participating somehow. The way that you solve this is like so. You just throw a rock across there and it lands on that little thing and then you're good to go. To close the pit, something needs to fly. I'm going to be honest, it seems like it takes a lot longer to spell that in runes than it does in language, like English language. Please don't auto pick up the stone. There we go, because we have to leave this here. I don't think there's any actual... No, we can, actually. We can get our rock back. Let's take our rock, and what we can do is we can drop a torch right here. There we go. And that'll allow us to get back across. Yep. That's how we does it. Since... Let me move all these torches over, since our Minotaur is going to be the torch bearer for the remainder, our Olympic hero here for the remainder of the adventure. And then I think the door was back. Did we ever check this corner? Didst we? Didst we the corner check? And snails their face did heartily wreck. Okay, so we took them out. Good. Waxing and waning poetic. And thrust forth the key, did hedgerow Hank, into the dungeon dark and dank. Just doing like little random rhymes the whole... Wow, that thing looks like it is ready to go. That's the look I get on my face when I buy a game and it doesn't work. That's the exact look right there. Just, somebody else is apparently down here screaming and being tortured or something. Oh, hell. Die! Die! Murder! Snurder! All the snails we can slay. Wow, there are a lot of snails over here. I feel like I could probably fix this problem by dropping the enemy to his death, but then we'll lose all of our gear. So I'm thinking... I would love to drop a snail to its death. I don't want to like sugarcoat that too much. I don't want to wax over that point and just not tell you. Will you please hit something? Oh my god, you guys are killing me right now. And you should be killing the snail. Like, this is a very simple operation. Operation Stab Snail. Oh. Hold on, give me my rock back. Also, this chunk of snail. Oh no. Okay, so what I want to do Hold on, let's drop the snail to its death. Okay, here we go. Did that work? Snail? Are you okay? Can you hear me, snail? Gurgle if you're okay. Whatever. That was kind of a dumb move because I lost out on snail meat, but I wanted to see if it would work. And I am glad to report that it did work. It worked quite well, in fact. We've got a cloak. That's going to give evasion, so I want that on my rogue. She's at 21 already. That's actually pretty awesome. The loincloth. Nobody here that I think is going to benefit too much from the loincloth, so we'll save that for later when we need to... Ooh, a scroll of fire burst. And so that, I believe he can use. Yep, there it is. So that is how we use to fire bursts. I don't see any wall clickies. Nope. No wall clickies. Is there anything over this way? Did I already come over here? I probably already came over here. Did I? I don't know. There's going to be a lot of that in this game because this game gets quite labyrinth. You little... Will you stop sabotaging me here? Alright, and so now we can actually start shooting people with some magic. And every time you do magic, you have to put in the runic combination. I already know what the combination is for Fire Burst, which is this thing we picked up right here. If you mouse over it, you can see. It's obviously you just push on the little arrow thing and then you're good to go. These things open and close the gate whenever they are stepped on. And so we need to be careful about that. This room, we've got a gemical. Alright, no, I want that on the front guy. I couldn't tell you what that did for me. Why am I not picking up my shuriken? There we go. I think I did something bad. Okay. I know what's up. Do I have to have that to cast that? I do not, so we'll just leave it on the ground. I don't know if I should do that or not, or if that's like valuable. Are there vendors and stuff in this game? Does it matter? Let's just use a torch, just in case. Okay, so we've got the first gem. Let's take a look at our map and figure out where we're going. Oh yeah, there was another passage over here. It's the first level and I'm already getting lost as hell. I may try to limit each episode to a level possibly. I don't know. Maybe I'll do it by time. And so what we do with this is it says heal my sight. And if somebody shoved their heal into my eye, I think it would make it a lot worse, but whatever. We'll start putting the gems in his eyes. It would also make me see a lot worse if people shoved giant sapphires into my eyes as well. That would not aid my eyesight. Now we gotta watch out for this little asshole. And these things are a little bit worse than the snails, but not quite as bad. I'm sorry, they're worse than the snails, but they're not that much worse. The ones that really suck is there's these little versions of these later on that do this puff of smoke thing that really, really hurts everybody in your entire party. That's the fun mob. We've got a Grim Cap. We want to save that for later. You can eat it, but what you want to save it for is there is alchemy and crafting in this game, and so as you find stuff, you really do want to save it sometimes for more opportune moments. Go with a fire burst right there. Continue stabicating. Okay, we are good. Oh, good, that hit him. I was worried that it wouldn't. Wait, where did my... Oh, God. Okay, so we have a problem. As is often the case, my over-aggressive nature has put me in a very precarious position. There we go. Now we can run away. And if you've got ranged weapons, you can always just kind of kite things out if you really, really need to. The fire spell only hits things that are directly in front of us, so be aware of that. Not really going to be that useful if they're 2 or 3 tiles away, but from where we're at right now, we should be okay. You're probably also wondering how we heal our characters. Well, it's quite simple, in fact. It's a herder's cap. Okay. I'll take it, I guess. And this, the tar bead, is for making healing potions later on, so we'll save that. Obviously, that's at least somewhat useful to us. Let's rest for a little bit. We press the R key to do that. And as long as everybody is sufficiently fed, you will see that their health starts to go up. And now that we're all nice and healed up, we'll continue forward. There's the second gem. I don't recall what that does, but I think it... Oh, yeah, it opens a secret door over here. Or you can get a dagger, which is way better than a knife. I think the dagger has 7 attack power instead, so yeah, there it is. And also a whole bunch of alchemical agents, so hold on to these for later because each one of these is worth a lot. These right here, these cave nettles, are good for, they do potion antidotes, and then the tar bead right here is for healing potions. So you really, really, really want to, although the limiting reagent in a lot of these cases are the amount of flasks that you can find. I think you get the flasks back after you drink out of them, if I remember correctly, but still, the amount of flasks you have tends to be that thing that limits you with regards to your... Oh my, okay, so that's a rather terrifying looking fellow. Let's get started with the DPS rotation here. He is well armed and armored. Unfortunate for us. And he seems to be quite resilient to rocks. There we go. He's all out of the way. Luckily, fire seemed to get the job done perfectly fine. That's going to give her evasion plus 5. I'm going to start by giving it to this guy since he's the warrior. We'll go with Hedgerow Hank. He can have that. And then the spear. The spear is kind of an interesting piece of equipment if I could pick it up and loot it, because it allows your guys in the back row to attack. However, it's not the greatest weapon past the first couple levels because there's nothing to boost its damage aside from just your raw strength modifier. That's the... I think there's one of these bronze gates on every floor. I think there's one of these bronze gates on every floor, and they're kind of like the puzzle for every floor that's going to be a little bit more complicated than everything else that they've put in front of you. So, for example, everything on this floor has used like 1 switch, or like binary switch logic. This one required 2 that you had to find in the wall. It's only a minor upgrade, but... Hold on, what did I do with that scroll? Did I give it the right person? Let's see, Doors of Iron. Yeah, great rewards can be found behind the doors. To gain access, look carefully for small details and use your wits. Then this guy, what this Whitewood Wand does is it just gives you flat bonuses, and then when you click it, it still allows you to cast, and so you really should be using like wizard gear. This is a radiant crystal. What this does is it actually reses anybody who's died, and it heals and gets everybody's energy back up to full. This scroll right here should be... Is it just explaining... Oh yeah, the Crystal of Life. It's just explaining what the crystal does. And then this should be the Scroll of Poison Cloud, which I don't think we're actually going to be using. And so there it is. We've made it to the 2nd floor already. I've no doubt probably missed something on our journey into the deep. But simultaneously, I don't know. I'm not going to be the best at this game. Just bear witness to the fact that I've only played about half this game. And so this is going to be largely blind. I'm probably going to screw up some very, very major details. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here at the Nerdcast for the first episode of our playthrough of Legend of Grimrock. I look forward to seeing you all in the next episode. Take care out there, everybody, and as always, hi-do.